Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways? So
Holy Spirit, activate.
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You
Hold
cannot.
on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways? So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
hey.
I was coming. I was coming. Okay. You guys are so impatient. What do you want? Hurry up. What do you want? What do I have that belong to y'all? Hurry up. All right. Everyone. Tell me what I owe you. Y'all are just tripping. Okay. That's why I'll be looking at it. That's why I'll be looking at it. No, that's why I'll be looking at it because y'all be being mean. Okay, stop being mean to me. I'm coming. Oh my God. I shouldn't have to go through this, y'all. Okay, I should just be able to come over here and say, welcome to the Shine Everywhere show. All right, I don't know what's going on with my camera's being annoying. Hang on. Okay, I should just be able to, to come over here and just be like, hey, y'all. Hey, love y'all. And y'all should be doing the same thing. Okay, now I missed y'all. All right. I was busy. I was having some me time. I mean, since everybody was lying, at that point, I'm like, where everybody lying? Right now, it's just a bunch of lies, going on about this right now. So I could take this one. I get to chill because I don't lie. So I don't have time for this. Not making time for it. So that gave me a chance to take a cute little break. So that's exactly what I decided to do. I love you all. I love you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As usual, justice for Shanquella, because we're going to be speaking on her. Rest in peace. Beautiful, rest in peace. Shout out to Nancy Grace for picking up the case. And now she's talking about it. So Nancy Grace was talking about the case, and we're going to discuss it. YouTubers versus Shanquella's parents. We're going to talk about that because it's some YouTubers that's basically saying these people is lying. Because if they telling the truth, then that means that the parents got to be lying. So you guys are calling them liars, and we don't appreciate it, gross. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the villa, Cabo Villa. Knowing about what happened to Shanquella. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little bit because I found that weird. And again, it's not me making up anything, because I see it's a lot of people that are getting really bored with the story since they don't have any tea. So they just taking anything they can and just throwing it in the title and throwing it in the video and just like, see? It's just like, yeah, I don't. I don't see. So we're going to talk about all of that good stuff, okay? So welcome, 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 all right? No, I agree. Nancy Grace ain't no joke. She sure ain't. So we're gonna talk about her and some other things. There's a new alleged troll account of one of the Cabo Six, and we're gonna get into a little bit of that as well. So let's start off with what we starting off with, because y'all know I'm nosy, right? Um, okay, well, let's start off with Shanquella's sister. Okay, because she spoke to Essence. Tequila, or Quilla is what she goes by, Quilla Long. Okay, she spoke to Essence, the magazine, to Black people, and we're gonna get into her interview. Yes, we is. Shout out to this family once again. So we're gonna talk about that and break that down a little bit and what Quilla, Shanquella's sister, had to say, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's pull this right on up. So, y'all said these names. I cannot with y'all. So, right here, the title. They were giving us a lie. Shanquella Robinson's sister speaks out. Okay, Mexican authorities have issued an arrest warrant in the Killing of Shanquella Robinson, and her older sister talks to Essence about their last moments together. Okay, finally, something tangible. Okay, so, and the interview was done by Malika Jabali. Gone, girl. And this is recent because it was November 30th. Okay, it's only December 4th. Okay, so this was a recent interview. The last time Tequila, is it Tequila or Tequila? I hope I'm saying that right. I think it's Tequila. Long saw her sister Shanquella Robinson was when Robinson visited her home on the night of October 27th, 2022. Robinson was leaving the next day on a group trip with friends to San Jose del Cabo, a tourist town in the south of Baja California Sur, Mexico. Ooh, that's a lot. Her quote: "She actually came here to borrow a piece of luggage of mine to take on the trip," Long shares with Essence. Okay, so her sister saying the last time she saw her sister was when she came over to borrow some luggage from her before she went on this trip. Okay, so she did see her sister prior. Okay, to her leaving. So, and then she said, Long shares with Essence, I thought she was going with the people she always traveled with. So it wasn't any reason for me to have any ill feelings towards her going out of town. I just tell her to be safe. So she felt like, hey, this isn't a big deal. It's just, sis is coming over here to borrow a piece of luggage. She always traveling. She's always going somewhere with her friends, and stuff like that. So, hey, no big deal. I'm just told her to, hey, just be safe. Like, what a normal person would say to a loved one that is traveling. So no big deal. Just like, oh, okay, just like any other time. She didn't worry then, so why would she worry now? Type of note. So no ill feelings. Soon after, Long heard that her sister died on the trip. There were conflicting stories. Long heard that there had been a fight, but she trusted another account from a male who said Robinson died of alcohol poisoning. So that is Khalil Cook. Mhm. That is Khalil Cook, the person that Quilla is stating that she trusted. She trusted his account over what she had heard. So she had heard before they even got back from the trip that there was a, that something physical had happened on the trip, but spoke to Khalil, and Khalil said that nothing like that went down. It was alcohol poisoning. So she decided to trust Khalil's word, is what she's saying, because they're best friends. Why would she question what Khalil has to say? She didn't think he would do anything to hurt her sister's like, y'all best friends. So, again, not thinking anything of it. So let's go back into her interview. Um, okay. Her quote: "I was more believing that the dude that she went on the trip with, because that was her best friend. So I didn't think he would be malicious about anything. I didn't think that he would tell us a lie. I trusted him. So I took his word for it more than anything. And he said it was alcohol poisoning." Okay, so again, the sister had no reason to distrust Khalil. This is my sister best friend. Like, Why would I not trust him? Shout out to my baby, Dr. Nikki. I'll make sure I get over here and check out her channel. Merry Xmas to the dopest mods and the sweetest hosts and the truest chat. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you for the super sticker. That's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. Merry Xmas to you as well. I keep forgetting this almost. I don't know why, but I keep forgetting my Christmas. I keep forgetting my Christmas. Right, shout out to Persuasive. So thank you, Dr. Nikki, for the super sticker again. So again, she didn't think anything of Aquila, the sister. It's the best friend. He loves my sister. He cares about my sister. Why would I think anything other than what he is stating right now? Eventually, 3 of Robinson's friends came to her home in Charlotte, North Carolina. The sister's mom, Salamandra Robinson, was also there. Her quote, "They came to meet my mother to talk about the incident that happened in Cabo. The 2 young ladies and the male told us there wasn't any type of fighting going on." Okay, so at this point, it is Khalil, Winter Donovan, and Dejanay Jackson. Okay, Dejanay, which is the one in the actual videos. They came to the family's house with Khalil and told his family, her mother and her, Quilla, and her mother, Salamandra, Shanquella's family, that nothing physical happened. There was nothing like that. Okay, everything was peaceful, type of situation. It was just the alcohol, is all it was. Okay. No, Elise did not come, and neither did Malik or Nazir or Nazir or Nazir. None of those people, although they, especially Nazir, he swears he cares so much. Mr. Summer Walker himself, Mr. Summer Walker, bring people back to life. Part of his CPR is playing Summer Walker. Nazir, he never came over there to visit this man. Okay, that never happened. And neither did Elise, Alice, however you want to say her name, or Malik. None of them. Not those 3. Okay. I guess they just couldn't take being that evil. It's like we're already being evil from a distance. We really don't want to be evil up close. Like, we really don't want to do that. So we're just gonna stay away. But Malik, them being so guilty, of what they did, they went over there to try to smooth things over so that their alibi was which we're going to revisit this, because it's good that this is coming up, because Nancy, when she spoke, this right here, I feel is a good part of, well, not a good part of the story, but a statement basically, with them stating that there was no altercation, or anything like that, because it shows the intent to hide a crime. They were doing everything in their power to make sure that no one found out about what happened, even lying to the family's face, even lying to them. Nothing physical happened. And then you see this video, like, bull-faced lie is what you told this sister and her mother, to cover up what you did. So again, that wasn't an accident. Yeah, this is very crazy, very crazy. So again, it wasn't an accident. This is showing your intent of how purposeful it was to hide what you did. Now, maybe what happened was an accident, but everything after that was deliberate. The lying, the leaving abruptly, immediately, after, like, all of that was planned. All of that was planned. Y'all sat there and made a plan, but it could have been premeditated as well. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. No. So you might want to leave. Nope. No, because this interview was done November 30th and it's only the 5th. So are y'all expecting an hour by hour? This isn't a reality show. Her family don't have cameras around them 24/7. So no, there's nothing new. So you might want to leave until something new happens. So I'll wait to something for the 5th. Come back tomorrow on the 5th. Maybe something will happen tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. Tomorrow's Monday, so I don't know. So right here, they came to meet, talk to my mother. Okay. So that they believed that they believed what the medic told him, that it was alcohol poisoning. Okay. So he said that the medic told them that it was alcohol poisoning. That's not something that I knew. I didn't knew that Malik had told the family that the medic on duty, which I don't know if they're referring to the first responders or if they're referring to the doctor that came to the actual suite to work on Salamandra, which is the Carolina lady. I don't know which one Malik would have been referring to, but he said medic. So she's stating that he said a medic diagnosed the alcohol poisoning, because we didn't get that either. As someone that's following the story, it's just like, well, how could these people, just diagnose her and state that it's alcohol poisoning? Like, you have to be able to prove that by getting them to a hospital and whatnot. Because 9 times out of 10, if it's that, then in certain cases where there's a stomach pump or they do it in another way, it's going to be done at the hospital. That's not necessarily something that's going to be done in the home if you know for a fact that a person being really dehydrated and whatnot, doing a lot of vomiting and whatnot, but is still coherent, but is, dehydrated. They're doing a lot of, stuff like that. That's what I thought they were saying the situation was when the doctor got there. But clearly that's not what was happening if the IV was unsuccessful. It's probably because, again, Shanquella was deceased already, and you can't give someone that's passed away like a literal IV. Like, that's not happening. So again, a medic said that it was alcohol poisoning. What medic? Because in the police report that is not stated. It's that ain't nothing in that police report that states that a medic stated that it was alcohol poisoning. And honestly, even the doctor, Carolina, she didn't state that it was alcohol poisoning, but she did state that that was the reason of the care. The cares that she was given was due to alcohol poisoning, was what she was there doing. But she didn't state she's deceased because of alcohol. She didn't state that. That never came out of her mouth. So honestly, if you go read the police report, she does allude to the reason this is why I'm here, but not this is why it happened. She didn't say that. She just, talked about the person needing CPR, and whatnot. So again, I thought that was weird too, because I'm just like, well, how can y'all just say that it's alcohol poisoning? What was she drinking? How much did she drink? None of that stuff was questioned, but they just ran with the alcohol. So it's like, well, we don't get any other information on the alcohol, what kind it was, how much she drank, when did the vomiting start? Like, well, we don't get none of that. It's just, it was alcohol poisoning, case closed, type of situation. So again, Malik, I would like to know who this medic is, because again, where it says right there that they believe what the medic told him, that it was alcohol poisoning. We asked him about the fight because we was hearing from other people that they was out there fighting her. They had jumped on her out there. So they was all giving us a story, a lie, until the video surfaced. So again, the family had heard through the grapevine from other people in North Carolina, I'm assuming, especially with this video being found. Somebody posted that video. That video was not just, it didn't just pop up. That video had already been out there. And I think the video got dropped the same day that they were recording it, the same day. Rather, it was on a live when it was being recorded, because some people are stating that whoever was holding the phone next to Malik, I guess, Winter, they're saying that it was, that she wasn't on a FaceTime call, that she was recording the fight, because everything that was happening in the fight was happening on the phone. So, but again, you could be live with that happening too, but I didn't see a bar at the top to say how many people were viewing, or the red eye that's live, the live eye. I didn't see anything like that either. So I'm just like, well, I don't know. She could have been on live, but the video got out there some way, because the family heard about the fight before they got back. So that's how I feel like that information got out there. The family just didn't know that the person saw it from a video, more so of, because how would they have known that? How would the mother and the sister have heard rumblings of they did this to her if they, like, obviously the Cabo Six didn't tell them anything about it. So how did they know? They saying it were on the curb, You know, they heard through the grapevine. And I'm sure Quilla knows exactly, you know, who told her family um, about the altercation. I'm sure she knows, but at the same time, that's not a coincidence that we hear about a physical altercation and now all of a sudden there's a video of it after y'all came and told us no, that nothing like that had happened. So again, somebody had to have posted, because that was the nail in the coffin, was that video. If that video did not leak, then this case would still be real cold. Because I mean, besides the autopsy, it still has to be proven that something happened to her. Like, you gotta prove it, because other than that, I'm sure they were just going to blame it on the alcohol and say that, oh, she fell, or, you know, something like that. She fell down some stairs, or something. They're going to make something up and relate it to the alcohol. But with that video coming out, it was like, boom, it took over. That's when everybody was like, oh, and the autopsy, oh, okay, here we go, you know, type of situation. So that video definitely was not out there purposefully. It got to somebody, whether somebody screen recorded it, they dropped it, and they, you know, in a rush with everything that's going on, they completely forgot about the video being uploaded because of what happened not too soon after. So not thinking about it, somebody may have screen recorded it or sent it to someone in some way, shape, or form, because it's not a coincidence that because that video had been out there. It had to have. The family just wasn't aware of it. And then they were. Because it took for Salamandra and Bernard to ID Shanquella, because nobody else could ID her, because the Cabo Six were not speaking. The Cabo Six are not speaking besides Nazir. And Nazir didn't speak until after the video dropped. He didn't speak before the video. He didn't say, he wasn't saying nothing about it before that video. So then that video drops, and all of a sudden here he comes with his account. Oh, I had nothing to do with it. Oh, I'm innocent. Oh, I got there a day late. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. You know, so yeah, somebody leaked that video, and it wasn't. I feel like it was somebody that was there of the Cabo Six, because that was the only way of identifying if that was Shanquella or not, because the video is really fuzzy, you know, and whatnot. So with people like us, if you don't know her and like know her body shape and how she sound and all of that, we can't ID her. It's going to take somebody that knows her. And Quilla, which is her sister, her mother Salamandra, and Bernard, they all ID'd her. They say, yeah, that is her. That's my daughter. That's my sister. That's my daughter. Is what all three of them stated. So again, somebody made sure that that video got to them, because they knew from, again, if they called her and told her like, hey, it went down there. Like, oh, I heard they jumped on your daughter, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Salamandra's listening and Quilla's listening, you know, whatnot, but they don't have any proof of that, you know. So then when Khalil and them get there, when they get back and they speak on the situation, they say nothing about an altercation. You know, so Salamandra and her mother bring it up. Like, hey, we heard that ... happened. And they all swore to her that nothing like that happened. Now, this is pre-video. And then soon after the autopsy drops, boom, here comes that video. And the family ID is like, yeah, that's her. And nobody has spoke to this family since. Yeah, y'all were, you know, trying to cover it up, doing y'all, because y'all all dumb. But y'all doing y'all best to cover it up. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But let's keep reading the rest of this article. Okay. So Tim Liz told me, okay, we are okay. So we asked him about the fight because we were hearing from other people that there was out there fighting her, and they had jumped on her out there. Out there. So they was giving us a story, a lie, until the video surfaced. In November, a video went viral allegedly showing an attack of Robinson while on their Cabo vacation. The family had yet to see the video when the three friends visited her in the Charlotte home. So again, Salamandra or her sister, Aquila, Shanquella's sister, had not viewed the video. They had no idea of this video. So it was after they came in line. Okay, so that's what's really effed up, because I'm sure Salamandra was really hurt by that, because like, I just seen them and they told me that there was no physical altercation. So they all told me a bold-faced lie, like, to my face. So imagine how she and Quilla felt, especially, and then to see the video is a whole nother story, you know. Quilla being a protective, bigger sister, would never let something like that happen to her sister. And having to watch that, that like I'm sure that's very hurtful to her, and to see how they did, her baby sister. Because if she was there, she would not have allowed any of that. But she didn't think she was going with that type of crew either. Shanquella had traveled before often, so it wasn't like, I really, really, really should have been there. It's like, no, she, does this all the time. Who would have known that she would on vacation with ops? I mean, she left here with her best friend. Why would I think, anything other? Because now that make you just question everything and everybody. Like, because I mean, this is supposed to be her best friend, so I'm sure that Miss Alejandra, Miss Robinson, that her heart was broke, knowing that, because if you lied to me about that, you lied to me about everything. Like, now, this is a different type of hurt, because that means y'all did something. The people that did this to my baby standing right in front of me, and I have no idea. I have no idea. The people that took her are standing right in front of me, like crazy. She's sitting there thinking she's talking to her daughter's protectors, whole time talking to the ops, whole time talking to the people that got rid of her. Like, we the reason she gone, not the. So, okay, let's go back to where we were. In the video, a woman is seen throwing punches repeatedly at another woman's head. In the background, someone says, "Quella, can you at least fight back?" The friends' conflicting stories have been compounded by vague reports from authorities. The U.S. State Department reportedly stated that there was no clear evidence of foul play. A death certificate obtained by Queen City News says Robinson died of a severe spinal cord injury, and it does not mention alcohol poisoning. In a section addressing whether the death was accidental or violent, someone answered, yes. So it is unclear what the authorities meant to select. Okay. So, and with that being unclear, is because, again, it clearly could be, violent at that point. But at the time of the autopsy, remember, that video hadn't surfaced or anything like that. So it was just reported of alcohol poisoning, So when the autopsy is being done and it's being found out that it actually was not that, it actually was because of her spinal cord, is the reason she passed away. At that point in time, with the autopsy being done, they probably didn't know whether it was violent or not, because this wasn't stated that it was violent. So I think that's why they just selected, they just wrote yes instead of, I'm assuming, because that's weird too. It's like, why not? Why not? What was going on there? It's like, whatever. Okay, so where are we? Right here. Okay, so after the video was released by an unnamed source, again, unnamed, the story became more focused. Her sister's quote, "I was livid. Long shares when asked about her reaction after seeing it. I was extremely upset when I saw the video. I automatically yelled at the moment. I wish I was there. I played that video over and over again. They had to wake her up out of bed because she sleeps naked, and she was naked standing there. And here she is fighting this girl. And my sister's like 5'1", 100 pounds. That image of her didn't sit well with me." Oh, that is so sad. That is so sad. I don't think I could watch. Maybe like once, but maybe twice, but I couldn't keep like watching it. Like, absolutely. Besides Nancy Grace and the villa information, which to me, I don't feel is new. Again, I'm not gonna come here and lie. If I'm repeating myself over and over because I'm repeating the facts over and over, sorry, I don't have on a blue suede suit and will make up things for you to go talk about tomorrow at work. Like, I don't know, you guys are weird. Yeah, we're not here to make things up. We deal with tangible over here. The people that do make stuff up, those people are very interesting. But yeah, besides Nancy Grace poking her nose into this and the villain information, no. Again, I don't clickbait. I promise you, I don't. But it doesn't say new information about no. Uh-uh. Not at all. Yeah, y'all tried or y'all be pressed. Ooh, God. Ooh, God, jealousy. I don't know what that's like. So again, that's super sad. Her watching the video over and over again, she's better than me because I don't think I could. But yeah. So shout out to Shanquella's sister, Quella Long. Quilla Long. Shout out to her. That was her interview with Essence. Again, that was sad because I'm sure because I would be livid, like she said. I was livid. I would be livid too, as a family member seeing that happen to your loved one, knowing that that's not how they get down. Like my sister didn't get down like that. So let's get into this. Now, I put in the title earlier, okay, because you got people on YouTube talking about the family's so upset with, the FBI and all of this other stuff. Besides frustration, I don't see that they're upset with them. Again, y'all be losing me with these videos. That's why I don't watch a lot of people because I'll be like, what are y'all talking about? Like I'll just be sitting there like I just completely wasted my time sitting here. So anyways, so Shanquella Robinson died in Mexico months ago. Her family still seek answers. Okay. Now I'm just gonna skip through a lot of this because okay, we know a lot about it. We do. Okay, but let's get into this because this I haven't really heard. So I want to ask you in the audience, have you guys heard about this? So right here, as mourners lined up to write messages on her coffin, doves were released, and 23-year-old Kadeja Vincent prepared to leave a final tribute to Shanquella, a friend so close she considered her a big sister. Muffin love you always, Vincent wrote, using a nickname the pair who first met in kindergarten used for each other. Vincent did not know the people Shanquella went to college with and was not part of the vacation. Bernard Robinson said all he could do was cry when he received the news of Shanquella's death. I've been a wreck ever since, he said. Bernard said he was suspicious from the beginning. I wasn't settled with the information they were providing us. He said Shanquella was very respectful and not one to get into a fight. My girl didn't like drama, he said. The Monday after Shanquella died, Bernard called the management of Villa Linda in San Jose del Cabo, where the police found her body. According to the autopsy report, it took days for to find someone, who spoke English and could help him transport Shanquella's body back home. Bernard eventually connected with a woman from the villa's management team. Bernard's quote, "She is an angel. She's the one who first told us the truth," he said. She said, "Mr. Robinson, your daughter didn't die of alcohol poisoning. She died of a broken neck." So who is this woman at Cabo that knew Shanquella passed away from? Who is this woman? Who is this lady? I'm confused. I'm like, I thought he found out because of the autopsy about the spinal cord injury. Because how would she have the autopsy? This is the management team from Cabo Villa. This is someone from the management team. So how do they know? I'm like, well, how did they know that? I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. Hold on, somebody says that was the funeral home lady. It said right here. Hold on, let me make this back bigger. It said right here, girl. It says Bernard eventually connected with someone from the villa's management team, not a funeral home. He says, she's an angel. She's the one who first told us the truth, he said. She said, Mr. Robinson, your daughter didn't die of alcohol poisoning. She died of a broken neck. And this says from the Villa's management team. And above right here it says the Monday after Shanquella died, Bernard called the management of Villa Linda in San Jose or Del Cabo. That's not the funeral home. I'm confused about that. The article got it wrong then. This is a quote. These are quotes. Hold on. Quotes. these are quotes. Because he said right here, Bernard eventually connected with a woman from the Villa's management team. And in his quote, she is an angel. Not it wasn't the management team. He didn't say that. I'm completely fine with it being wrong. I'm not defending anything. They said watch this interview. The article got it wrong. Okay, that's what I'm not. Y'all need to get up here and tell them they got this on horses. Hold on. Washington Post. This is the Washington Post. This is why I put it up because Washington Post is the Washington Post is lit. The Washington Post is lit. Y'all saying yeah, that's wrong. Prints are wrong. Oh, I just be catching everybody because y'all saying it's wrong. Well, y'all need to get over here and let the Washington Post know that this is wrong. Because I'm like, well, how is somebody from the management team of Cabo Villas telling you that your daughter didn't pass away from alcohol poisoning? Like, why would they tell you that? Who? And who was it? Because how did they know? I'm like, it's not like what they have her autopsy report sit in front of them or what? Because the autopsy report didn't come out until November 4th is when the autopsy report came out. So I'm like, okay. And he said it took days for him to find somebody that speaks English. So, I mean, you know, that does line up, you know. So I'm just like, okay, well, but still, how would she know from Cabo Villa? Like how would she know? How would she know? Absolutely, that was no accident. It's wrong. Watch the interview. I did watch the interview. That's why I'm asking the question, sweetie. That's why I'm asking the question because I did watch it. That's why I said it has a question mark at the end of it because that's what, even in the title it says Villa knew because I'm like did they know? I'm just like this is weird. This is weird. Mistake with the article. Washington Post. Ha ha ha. I'll be checking y'all. First ABC 7. We have to check y'all. Now Washington Post, we got to check y'all. And now we got to check. It's crazy how I be finding all y'all discrepancies. How I be finding all y'all discrepancies. I feel like y'all need to pay me because I'll be debunking all y'all lies. Because the people in the chat said no, that did not happen. Y'all tried it. Misprints. That's what the people in the chat said that this is a lie. Like that. And that is how they said it. They said that they lie. Now look, Sean, everybody else out here lying. This we over here because you be telling the truth. Don't start being like them. That ain't true. Watch the interview, Sean. Watch it because in the interview, he ain't saying nothing about them people. He didn't say that. Okay, I believe y'all because I watched it too. But the Washington Post, y'all over here lying. Now see, this is why I said I can't do no surviving because all the information. It's like, oh my word, everybody lying to us. Like no one is telling us the truth. Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. Oh my God, no, we're not too invested. No, we're not. We ain't invested enough. We ain't invested enough. We is not too invested, girl. Don't say that. Don't make it sound like it's something wrong with us. No, it's not something wrong with us. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Nah. Right, tell them to get it together. Get it together, okay? Because I'm tired of catching y'all in lies. Washington Post. I'm not even a journalist. And I keep right. We just want the truth. Just like I'm tired of getting a little peace. I'm tired of getting a little peace. Yeah, I heard it was a funeral home too. I heard it was too because that would make sense. Them finding out the autopsy, them having an autopsy report. All of that would make sense. That would make sense. What would make sense is Cabo of the Villa on the phone with him talking about some. It wasn't no, it wasn't alcohol poisoning. That's not what it was, sir. That's not what it were. What it was it was your they did something to her. Is what that was. It was actually a spinal cord, sir. I'm like, okay, well, how do they know? But y'all saying Washington Post, simply incredible. Shout out to Brown Sugar Girl because absolutely, and you get her face. There absolutely is. Girl, that's why I pull up the Washington Post. It ain't like I pulled up Yahoo. A girl, it ain't like I pulled up Yahoo. I didn't pull up Yahoo, girl. I ain't no Yahoo type of. And so I ain't pull up Yahoo. Washington Post, very credible. Very credible. I ain't pull up Yahoo. I don't pull up Yahoo, girl. So yeah, shout out to Deanna for the solicitor. He said it was from the funeral home Elizabeth. Okay, thank you, Deanna, girl. Deanna said it was not at the Copper Villa, Sean. Do not let them throw you off. Do not let them do that to you. Nah, look, we getting a little bit closer. Okay, we ain't got time for you to take steps back. Get looking. You been here dead too. It's all right. But it was at the funeral home Elizabeth, Sean. Okay, get it together. So Yates. Right, he the one who's so invested, Geraldo, because he still ain't told the truth about nothing. Still ain't told the truth about nothing. Where's Dejanay? Where's Dejanay? Because he got a tracker on her. Because for some reason he got a tracker on Dejanay Hardface Jackson, and he know where she were. He know all her movements. He doing a daily. He swear. He the one that's too invested, way too invested, because he's telling us about all her whereabouts. Yeah, he still can't prove that girl in jail because she not. So yeah, it still exists, girl, and I guess they clapbacks. Yahoo is now a clapback. When that happened, I don't know, but Yahoo is now a clapback, girl. Yahoo got it all. You know why you should believe me? Because Yahoo said it. Look, Yahoo said it. It has to be true. You're flip. I guess Yahoo is receipts now, guys. Yeah. I wish he would. And I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna call the police down there. I want him arrested immediately. He better not go down there with no translator translating them live. He better no. I'm calling the police immediately. He a crook. He a crook. He a con. Nancy. But y'all see Nancy ain't said, because we about to get this to Nancy. Nancy ain't said a piece. She ain't said nothing about that article. She ain't said nothing about nobody being arrested. She ain't said nothing about none of them lies, none of them blue suede suit lies. Did she sit over there and say, not a damn. Not a damn. So yeah, shout out to Jimtastic. Thank you, girl. Right, Yahoo girl. Not Yahoo. The girl said Yahoo is the receipts now. Yahoo got the receipts. So okay. Thank you for the super sticker. I can know. Right. Thank you for this. Thank you. Who he has a little Spanish girl coming. Yeah, girl, he been everywhere. He been on other channels since he was over there on the Lead Liar. He been on other channels since that, just still running amok, lying. People still bringing him on the channel. I'm like, He just talking, and not even him is the translator. It's somebody right now, YouTuber right now, looking for a translator, so that his chalupa shaped ass could go over there lying in Spanish. So, because he know English, I don't care what nobody say. Geraldo, Geraldo, you know English. Yes, you do. You know English. Because it's going to take for me to talk to him. Because I'll make him come out of a bag. I'll make him come out of a bag. Like, who you talking to, Holmes? Like, fuck you talking to, SA? I'm going to make him jump out of a bag. I'm going to make him jump out of a bag. Him talking to me. That's who he needs to talk to. He needs to talk to me. Because I be seeing him up here, no, y'all. No. He speaks English. He speaks English. He speaks English. He speaks English. I don't even believe he's Mexican. He speaks English. He does. During his interviews, if y'all notice, no, we're not doing this. We're not. His burrito shaped ass needs to be called out. When he doing interviews, he be nodding his head to stuff you supposed to be saying yes to. And then he be going like this to stuff that ain't right. I noticed that. I said, well, then you understood that. You understood that. Because if you understand it, you can speak. If you understand it, you can speak. So it's going to take for him to talk to me, for me to cuss him out. Okay? For me to cuss him out. And then he's going to come out of the bag, he's going to speak English, and y'all going to be shocked. Y'all going to be shocked. Okay? But he can speak English. He can. I don't care. He speaks English. Yes, he speaks it. So, yes, remember, you heard it here first. He speaks English. Absolutely. He get them translated and stuff so the translators can be responsible for the lies. Because he can be like, I didn't say that. I did not say that. Okay? Unlike here, Flip, he said that was them. That was them. I was there. I was on the panel. But I didn't say none of that. That was her. She said that. She said, I didn't say it. I was present, but I didn't say it. So he a speaker of English. So let's move on to Nancy Grace. Mm-hmm. Let's get over here to Nancy Grace jumping in this battle in the fourth quarter, in the ninth inning. Absolutely. Here she go, y'all.
Not only do they beat the woman, stand by and video this girl getting killed, they then lie about her cause of death to her mother. They lied about it. Now, is lying a felony? No, it is not. But doesn't it suggest to you, Gary, that they lied for a nefarious reason, and that reason being to cover up their involvement in her death?
Yes, absolutely.
Is this an attorney she talking to? Y'all, is she talking to an attorney? Yes, the ninth inning. She came in after we done pretty much figured most of the stuff out. And here she comes. Okay. Oh, y'all saying yes. Listen, attorney. Oh, Nancy, girl, we don't trust attorneys no more. Nancy, they must not have told you. Girl, we don't trust attorneys no more. Is his suit blue? Is his suit blue? Yeah, we don't trust attorneys no more. That'll tell you. Oh, she must not know. She must not know what's been going on. She must not know. Y'all didn't fill her in. Yeah, we don't trust attorneys no more, girl. That's been ruined with a T. We don't trust them no more. we don't trust them anymore. So yes, have Flip. So girl, I guess we can listen to him for a little bit, but girl, we don't trust them no more. Oh well, this one here working one, ain't he? Oh, he sound like he could still go in court to say objection. Because the one I'm talking about, girl, he can't go in court and do nothing but watch. Girl, they don't ruined it. So because Nancy, she used to be an attorney. You know, that's why I listen to her too much neither. Because I'm just like, girl, you suck. But you know, she do be having receipts. That's one thing I do like about Nancy. But she's giving us Geraldo because this ain't no receipt. But because we've been saying this, but I mean whatever. So let's finish listening to her attorney friend. Okay, girl.
It very much appears that the stories being told to the family from the very get-go were not true, and it does raise the question of whether this was a pre-planned attack, whether it was organized not only by the person who committed it physically, but those around the room. And you know, it's a sad day for the family, but it's also going to be a very, very sad day for these people, because they are going to be implicated. They are going to, at a minimum, be witnesses in a potential criminal trial of the person.
You
who
got
actually
that right,
perpetrated it.
Davidson. They're not just witnesses. And what you said really hits the nail on the head, Gary Davidson. Now I know why you're a high-profile lawyer specializing in international law. This was pre-planned. I mean,
Nancy, could I speak to that? Because I agree.
I mean, the
I think
woman
they
is
lured-
asleep in bed, and they come in with a video camera with Muhammad Ali over there in the corner ready to fight. They have this thing planned.
We knew that. Where's the tea? Where's the receipts? Okay, that's not a receipt, Nancy. Okay? Okay? That is not a receipt. Having a pen and going like this. Since you're a high-powered attorney, you know what that means, because you got Muhammad Ali standing over there waiting in the corner for, you know what that, you know. Okay, because you got a pen. And you said, girl, we've been saying that. You're going to bring your used to be cute in the 80s ass over here. Over here on this was cute ass stuff like, girl. We already know all of that. Watch TikTok much? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that's all you have to say? Hurry up. Because you got a pen? What about it? What about it? Okay. I'm like, girl, you sitting up there with that damn planter on the top of your damn head, that beehive on the top of your head, with this damn pen, calling people Muhammad Ali racist. Racist. Why she could have been a white boxer? Let's listen to Nancy again. No, because she tried it, y'all.
Not only.
Shut up, girl. She gonna come over here at fourth quarter, 1 minute left in the quarter, talking about some it was a setup. This was premeditated. I mean, we could have came to that conclusion out of a piece of a receipt.
Beat the woman, stand by and video this girl getting killed. They then lie about her cause of death to her mother. They lied about it. Now, is lying a felony? No, it is not. But doesn't it suggest to you, Gary, that they lied for a nefarious reason, and that reason being to cover up their involvement in her death?
Yes, absolutely. It very much appears that the stories being told to the family from the very get-go were not true, and it does raise the question of whether this was a pre-planned attack, whether it was organized not only by the person who committed it physically, but those around the room. And you know, it's a sad day for the family, but it's also going to be a very, very sad day for these people, because they are going to be implicated. They are going to, at a minimum, be witnesses in a potential criminal trial of the person.
You
who
got
actually
that
perpetrated
right,
the
Davidson. They're not just witnesses. And what you said really hits the nail on the head, Gary Davidson. Now I know why you're a high-profile lawyer specializing in international law. This was pre-planned. I mean,
Nancy, could I speak to that? Because I agree.
I mean, the
I think
woman
they
is asleep in bed, and they come in with a video camera with Muhammad Ali over there in the corner ready to fight. They have this thing planned.
Girl. So Nancy's sitting over here with this, my husband is cheating on me haircut. Talking about some, they had this planned. Drug her out of bed and had Muhammad Ali over there waiting in the corner. And I understand why you're a high-powered attorney. It's just like, you got all of that from that? For him saying this may be premeditated? How long did it take him to think of that? I was like, oh, okay, girl. All right. I appreciate Nancy being on the case, okay? It's nothing like an upset Caucasian woman, okay? There's no power like it. There's no privilege like it. So I appreciate Nancy letting the Robinson family borrow her white privilege and shine some lights on this, okay? With her majestic white skin. I'm excited about this, okay? Because now it's getting national, okay? We got people that use the N-word, allegedly, in on this case, Lord. So that's what we needed. This is what we needed. We needed a little piece of the Nancy Grace. So yes, hair flip. Why folk come, she waited until December, almost January, to join it. I don't know. That would be something that you would have to ask her, because I mean, it is what it is. But shout out to her for using all of her hard work. I mean, doing all of her hard work to figure out that this was all premeditated, and this is why Khalil and Winter and Dejanay went to the mother and told the mother that nobody was fighting. Okay, that's why you're a high-powered attorney. So that's why he said it, because it was premeditated, and he didn't want nothing to link back to the fight in the first place, because they was going to do that before they even came from over there, from North Carolina. Yay. So she feels like, I mean, what was that? I don't know. I don't understand, like, what was that supposed to be? The most I got from it is that I'm just glad she's just talking about it, because she didn't figure anything out. She didn't figure anything out. Is you related to Dejanay? Are you related to her? Any relation? Any relation? And you can play around and say yes, blocked. Are you related to her? I'm checking all Jacksons. I'm checking all Jacksons. All Jacksons is getting checked. It is what it is. I need to know. I need to know, because y'all watch just like we do. Y'all watch just like we do. And she is not detained. Y'all saying she's detained? No, she's not. If she's detained, hold on, let's pull this. Let's talk about this, because Nancy Grace ain't talking about Ish. But I'm glad again. She's talking about it. Move right along. So right here on Power 94 says, update Shanquella's Robinson's frustrated parents slammed the FBI for lack of progress and communication on slain daughter's case. Okay. And so this is what's being discussed over her. Right here, let's get into this. So I'm gonna make it big, because I want y'all to be able to see for yourself, so y'all don't think I'm making nothing up. Shanquella Robinson's grieving mother, Salamandra, blasted the FBI over their lack of progress in her daughter's murder case and lack of information she's been provided as days turn into weeks following the 25-year-old's death at the Mexican resort. Meanwhile, the family has been anxiously awaiting justice to be served. Family anxiously awaits justice as FBI appears to be malingering in Shanquella Robinson investigation. Now, this is the quote from Salamandra. I'm just trying to wait for somebody to be arrested. Okay, right here. I'm just trying to wait for somebody to be arrested. The FBI is not telling anything, Shanquella Robinson's mother, Salamandra, told the UK's Independent on Thursday, over a month after her daughter died at the luxurious Fundadores, how do you say that? Fundadores? Beach club in San Jose del Cabo. So, again, the YouTubers that's going around with Geraldo and stating that Dejanay has been detained, why doesn't the mother feel that way? Why does Salamandra not feel that Dejanay is detained if you got lead liars and people, Lisa Failings, running around talking about some she's incarcerated? She's detained. She's being held. Why does her mother not feel that way? That's weird. I find that weird. Why doesn't she feel that way? Y'all swear y'all telling the truth. Then why doesn't the mom feel that way? I'm not giving an imaginary photo. I'm not giving that. It be the hoes with no picture that should be the quietest in the room. It may be imaginary, but you know I'm doing it. You could be flipping your hair right now. I'd have no idea. Imaginary or real. That's what's giving clown. Absolutely. That's what's giving clown. Ooh. Weird. Shout out to my supporters. Thank you, Nancy. She's our DJ. She says Nancy speaks with the mother also. The Nancy Grace report is longer than a TikTok snippet. Yeah, we're not watching her. We don't have permission to watch Nancy Grace. Yeah. I'm not going to get copyright because she spoke to a family member. As cool as you think Nancy is, she's not that cool. I promise. I promise. She wants you to go watch it on her platform, not ours. So, yeah, I don't have permission to play that. That's why we play the TikTok snippets, because we're good with copyright. So I'm not going to get in trouble for playing that snippet that I played. But going to play your favorite part, I might get. Yeah. But thank you, sweetie. Britt says, yo, I'm just recovering from the Summer Walker reference, boy, you a fool. Thank you. I'm over here, just being a clown. That's what I do. I'm a clown. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. So, yes, Nancy Grace has never lost the case. Okay. All right. Thanks. Thanks for telling us that. Exactly, Sean. Nancy came in a day later with a dollar shot. Big dot. Nancy came in the 9th inning, 4th quarter. But hey, I like it in her. I'm glad that she's discussing it because, again, it needs as much attention as possible. So, but this is the thing about it. People like us on these platforms need to give ourselves more credit, because people like Nancy are interested in it. It's because people like us keep it, keep the topic alive. So, again, shout out to us. Shout out to us. Big dot. I'm looking. So, all right, clown. I'll be all that. We too whitewashed, getting all excited about Nancy Grace. I wouldn't say whitewashed. Again, I'm not putting Nancy on a pedestal. But I like it in her. I like it in her that she's covering it. I think that's great. That it's getting this type of attention because it deserves it. It deserves this type of attention. So, and I hope she sticks to it. I hope it's not just something she's talking about just for now because she interviewed Salamandra and the mother from it. So, because it's a big story. So I hope she sticks to it. She has been after a lot of people. She has, but I mean, she's no Superman. So that, I'm not looking at her as no Superman. Hi, Dana Robinson. I'm not looking at her as a Superman. So, but it's cool, that yeah, that she's helping because it needs as much help as it can get, honestly. Um, this case needs the same attention as the Idaho. What happened to Idaho? Is that the situation like that dorm? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Because there's a lot of situations in a lot of different states. So the only thing she said is the mom first called between 6 and 7, Quella saying she wasn't feeling well, which would have been 3, 4 Mexico time. The rest was trash. Thank you, Deanna. Right to the point. She's like, yeah, the rest was trash. It wasn't even worth the trying. Nancy is looking at the almighty dollars. Agreed. Agreed. I would have to agree. Again, this is a big story. So, I mean, and Nancy does what she does. She doesn't do it for free. Sean, you have been doing a great job covering this story. Thank you. I'm not about to lie. I know that's one thing I'm not about to come forward with. To lie to get people to watch me. I just, no, we'll just cover what's going on. There's too much chaos and confusion going on. So, but yeah, I like that Nancy Grace is speaking about it because again, it needs as much attention as possible. So, yeah, it does, and she has a big platform. So, Sean and Danny, the most YouTubers. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel that it does need as much coverage as possible, but I don't necessarily think it's a clout chase. But what I do want to know is why these YouTubers have doubled down on what they've stated about Dejanay being detained and Salamandra stating that no arrest have been made. She's just waiting for a call that there has been an arrest made. But y'all going around saying that this Geraldo person is a truth teller when that makes no sense. And the reason it doesn't make any sense is because why doesn't the mother know nor believe that anyone has been arrested or detained? But y'all do. Y'all swear y'all know because this Geraldo person has told you, yet nothing that he has said has came into fruition. Nothing. Nothing. He said on top of things, $17,000 was stolen from Shanquella. No proof. Nothing has come of that. Nothing. He said that there was a second video. Nothing has come of that. Then he comes forward and states that there isn't a second video. Nothing becomes of it. He states that at the, what was it, November 30th, I think he stated, that Dejanay got arrested. There's been no proof of any of that. The mother is still waiting for information about an arrest, and from what's being stated from the FBI, little to no information. Definitely no arrest. So why are people going around stating that she was arrested? I just find that weird. And then they double and triple down on it with a liar to save their credibility, which is already shot. It's already gone. I mean, you have no credibility at this point. You completely let this person sink you, because that's what happened. Because if the information is so secret, how does Geraldo know? How? Mexico has been extremely quiet about this case. They've given no one statements besides about how California Baja stated in the beginning, that besides stating about the warrant being issued, they have not stated anything since issuing a warrant and stating that they are going to continue with the other processes, that the other process of the extradition process, that they were going to do that. Other than that, they've said nothing. They haven't said a word, but Geraldo knows everything. Geraldo, he has the facts because he has a leak. A leak from where? If you were telling the truth, that leak would be gone, Geraldo. It would be gone because Mexico's way hush-hush with this case. And so is America. They're not saying little to nothing. Little to nothing. The most they're saying is that they don't have a comment, within this point in time. And besides that, the process is, it's a process type of situation and a difficult one. It's not going to be as simple as people want this to be, which we've been saying from jump, but whatever. So again, how does Geraldo know these things? Saying that you have a source with a story this big is not enough. It's not enough, especially if you're not going to, 100% go forward and tell the family. Why not tell the family? If this is so real, why don't they know? I don't get that. But again, we're supposed to just believe it because why would he lie? I don't know, to get Metropolymix on the map. We didn't know nothing about a Metropolymix. No one knew of it at all. That site was crashing because of how much traffic it was getting, because of how many people are going around stating Metropolala, Metropolala, Metropolala. So there's a lot for him to gain out of this. If I was him too, I would say no. I don't need any cash apps or super chats or any of that. Just say Metropolala. Just keep pushing that, and whatnot. And I think that somebody did reach out to him and did say certain things to him, and that's why he changed his tune, stating certain information. Oh, now there is no second tape. This is more on the doctor, than anybody. The doctor lied in her statement and this and that. So now it's like, okay, well, why are you backtracking? Let's not backtrack. You said everybody's corrupt. The police department's corrupt because they stole $17,000. So did they not steal $17,000 from Shanquella now? Did they not do that? Because that information came from you, Mr. Geraldo. And none of that has been proven. But you got people out here talking about it. You got people out here using it because you want to write articles and send them text messages and DMs with no proof, no facts behind. He doesn't have one receipt, not one. The only thing that gave Geraldo credibility is that he had the police report. I don't understand why people don't get that. That is what gave him credibility. And the police report he first placed on his website before he placed anywhere else. That's where he wanted it to be a place of reference. It wasn't getting enough attention. So he started sending it around to anybody that would take it, Independent and so many other people. And it was the same thing with his story. He gave it to anybody that would take it. Anybody could interview Geraldo. Anybody. Because it's all about Metropolymix. And he ain't got one receipt. He's proven nothing. Not a word came out of his mouth as he proven. Why aren't people doing videos about what he's proven? Why ain't nobody doing videos about that? Because I haven't seen any videos about Geraldo was right. I haven't. I have not seen any. He's either getting side-eyed or being called a fraud. Side-eyed or fraud. End of story. And all the people that came forward that interviewed him, all of them have been quiet on the forefront, besides the ones that won't take a loss, besides the ones that can't take an L, and they know who they are. The ones that are, even Yahoo, see, look, Yahoo said it. So see, she is detained. And the last thing that they cared about is making sure that the mother or the father or her sister knew that information. And none of the people started no hashtags talking about some, let's tag the Robinson family so we can let them know that the person that's been arrested or a person that's been arrested or detained. They've done none of that. Instead, they just ran over here to their platforms, running off at the mouth. Loud and wrong. Loud and wrong. And God don't like ugly. That's why I backfired on all of their face. I would rather be last and correct than first and wrong. I would rather be last and correct than first and wrong. So, yeah, I'll pass on all of that. There's a lot of stories I passed on. Like you just said, we did no commentary on Dejanay allegedly being trans or anything like that. I just felt like that was very clout chasers. People just wanting, people to click their video. And again, it's not about that. What will her being trans have to do with anything if it hasn't been proven? Nothing like that has been proven. It's just been a rumor. So, that's all a dumb one because it's not true. So now that there's pictures of her as a young lady, and all of that, now people want to change their tune. But those videos are still up. Those videos are very so much still up, but they swear up and down, this is for justice. How? If y'all won't even get rid of the stuff that is inaccurate so that people can follow things that are. But people don't care about that. They just want to talk. That's all. They just want to talk about it. Again, I would rather come forward, repeat myself over and goddamn over than come forward and have to repeat myself and correct myself. What I keep lying to y'all about. Because I'm not fake. So I'm going to come forward and just say the truth. Yes, y'all, I effed up. That's simple. But if you follow the facts, you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, that's why I don't follow these other YouTubers, especially after Geraldo. Geraldo is a liar. A liar. He has lied about everything. I don't even know if that's his name. He lied about everything. There's nothing he's told the truth about. Nothing. Even when Dejanay does get detained, it won't be on the date that he stated it. That she should be there now. She's not. So again, what has he told the truth about? What has he told the truth about? Why is Shanquella's mother sitting here stating she's upset if someone's been detained? This is Shanquella Salamandra's quote, Shanquella's mother. I'm just trying to wait for somebody to be arrested. The FBI is not telling anything. Shanquella Robinson's mother, Salamandra Robinson, told the UK's Independent on Thursday, over a month after her daughter passed away at the luxury Thunderdoors Beach Club in San Jose del Cabo. Although the Shade Room reported that the Mexican prosecutors issued an arrest warrant last week for a suspect in Robinson's death, which was determined to be from a direct attack, as damning video shows no arrests have been made as of Friday. No arrests have been made as of Friday. So, again, no arrests have been made. As many connections as a person like Nancy Grace has, even Nancy Grace throughout her interview never stated anybody being arrested. Not even that it was alleged that somebody was arrested, because she knows for a fact that nobody has been arrested. She knows. What Nancy Grace's connections, if somebody would have been arrested, even if it's overseas, she got connections everywhere because she does stories from everywhere. So she'd know. And she's an extremely credible source with that type of information. Nancy comes with the receipts. That's why a lot of people like her. And not even Nancy Grace has come forward and said anything like that. But Geraldo knows. We're going to believe Geraldo. Y'all are weird. Weird. And I'm talking about the content creators. I'm not talking about the audience. Because again, it's not our responsibility to do what a content creator is supposed to do, which is fact check. It's not our responsibility. Y'all don't have to do that. It's not for y'all to do. So y'all just showing up to what's being given. Y'all can't help what a person brings forward. So I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the content creators, the ones that swore that someone had been arrested. Geraldo, going around just telling Spanish lies. Spanish lies. I'm talking about him. And them, the blue suede suits of the situation that swear that this is about justice. Okay. All right, girl. All right, girl. That's all Geraldo did was lie. He didn't tell anything but lies. He didn't tell the truth about anything. Nothing. 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 He didn't tell the truth about nothing. Not a word. Everything came out of his mouth was a lie. Yes, Spanish ones. Spanglish lies. That's it. He didn't tell the truth about anything. All of this is for clout, to get Metro Polymix on the map. Again, he had a small audience in Mexico. Wasn't nobody popping him, looking at him like that. Mexico City, that article and that newspaper is way more popular than Metro Polymix. 10 times more popular and more credible than Metro Polymix. That bunched together ass website. It's way better than it. Mexico City, go check them out. Their website is much better. It's in Spanish and English. The grammar, but they got punctuation, all of that stuff. You know, when the sentence ends, you know, when the sentence comes to a pause, you know, all of that. And they're way bigger than a Metro Polymix. And again, he was not known over in Mexico like that with his Metro Polymix article branding, website, article, blah, blah, blah. So he was only known a little bit, okay, when nobody's checking for him. Now, look at all of the exposure, the free exposure, even being placed on the news, okay, in certain places. All this free exposure that he's gotten in America. Now, Metro Polymix is literally on the map. How is that not a win? It absolutely is. And again, I told y'all, if y'all go look on his Twitter, you can see that he makes money off of Metro Polymix. A few months back, he put up the analytics and what he was making because of a story that he had dropped. And the story did decent. Like the story was doing well. So it shows how much money he was making. Now imagine how much money he's making now, because you get paid per visit. It's how you get paid off of the site. And then if you have subscriptions for certain tiers and stuff like that, you can make more money doing that. But again, he still gets paid, no different than a Google or anybody else, any website you go to, search engine that you use and whatnot. They get paid by how much people visit. So it's the same thing with him and Metro Polymix. He done got millions, I'm sure, of clicks and views off of Metro Polymix. That's all it was for, was to gain an American audience. That's why I believe that he knows English. Because what did you want this audience over here for? If that's why he's willing to go on everybody's platform for free and not asking anybody for any money, because they're doing more for him than they know. You bringing me on here, bringing up my article, talking about my article, having other people talk about my article, this is enough. And then everybody feeling like I'm the hot commodity because there's nobody else to interview at that point in time. You can't interview any of the Cabo Six because they're all in hiding, and it's hard getting in contact with Salamandra, Quilla, or Bernard. That's not the easiest thing to do, and that's who people want to hear from. So he literally made himself a part of this family story, which is disgusting because it doesn't have anything to do with his burrito-shaped ass. It doesn't have anything to do with him. But people are having his title more in their titles than Shanquella's. He's being discussed more than Shanquella. Like, gross. Like, this isn't about them. It's about her. So, but you got more people Geraldo than they are Shanquella. And this is what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about her. Who is he to come in here and intervene in this as if he has something to do with this? You're nobody's relative. You didn't date nobody. None of that. So if anybody's too invested, it's Geraldo. That's who's too invested. We are not too invested. This is a healthy obsession. This is a healthy, Lord, obsession that we have with this case. Is healthy. I don't want to hear anything else. Okay. What Geraldo is doing. Now that is unhealthy. That is unhealthy. Absolutely. Because he doesn't have anything, again, to do with this. Again, I don't want people to walk around Shonda with Shonda with no Shanquella, because this is who this is about. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm about to do that. But with Geraldo, he made it about him. He absolutely did. Everybody wants to interview him like he knew Shanquella, like he was there. He very so much was not. And he does not have any receipts backing what he's stating. And that's dangerous when you are using bigger platforms, especially to get this story out. A story that doesn't even make sense because it keeps changing. Geraldo has not one of the uno, dos, cuatro, cinco motherfucking seis videos or places that he's going to interview has he had the same story. Every time he sit down, chalupa shaped, he's sitting down telling a different Spanish rice story. Every single time. Every single time. He never sits down and says the same thing. Everywhere he goes, it was a different story. I'm like, well, why is he saying this over here? Then he go over here and he's saying this. And he go over there. And then he's telling every platform that he goes to that the information is exclusive. How is the information exclusive if you're telling everyone? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You're telling everyone. It's like you're saving information so that when you go to different platforms, you have different things to discuss so that other people will want you. So you can keep that traffic going to keep people going back and forth to Metropolitan Mix. That's what it's giving around the world type of, keeping it at home, keeping it in the family, type of situation. Doesn't matter where I go as long as Metropolitan Mix is brought up, because that's his bread and butter. That is what he makes money off of. And again, if he's being paid due to associated with click, no different than how we get paid off of view, they get paid off of visit. How many people, are there. And with how his story has traveled with all of the YouTubers, the blogs, the news networks and whatnot that have been covering him and putting up his website and talking about him and crediting him, okay, it's going to drive a lot of traffic to him, to Metropolitan Mix. So he's getting what he wants, and people are like, oh, start a YouTube, start a YouTube, start a YouTube. He don't really care about that because one, he's type of reporter that writes, so he's used to typing. He's not used to, literally having a YouTube, and whatnot. So That doesn't make any sense. No, I absolutely agree. And how are you in so much danger yet you're going on everybody's channel? That was what I just couldn't get. I agree. He states that he's putting his life in danger for telling the story about Shanquella and whatnot, that he shouldn't be doing it. I'm sure that he was receiving some type of from people, and that's why I feel like, again, I'm not going to say he's a plant. I don't think he came in as a plant. I think he came in always to use people, but I think now he's being used. I do think, because he changed his tune, especially when he goes his repeat visits. If he's been there before and they're calling him back because it's just like, look, people saying you're lying. When he said back down, he was changing his story again. So I do feel that certain people have contacted him, and now he a plant. Now it's just like, no, you need to say this since you're getting so much attention. Because if we're hearing about it, people in Mexico are hearing about him running his mouth too. And this would have to be a problem, especially if he's telling the truth. If he's telling the truth, why would this not be a problem? Having that type of leak, if the Mexican government is being completely quiet about this case, and so is the American government. If he was telling the truth, this will be an issue. I feel that it's not an issue because he's lying. Why would they care about somebody that's going around lying? They're like, well, he ain't telling the truth. No way. Mexico, and hell, they focus more on that than they focus on us. He stopped a lot of emails and all of that stuff that we was getting consistently. He stopped a lot of that. Now they all bothering him. So it's, if anything, and they're like, he ain't telling the truth about nothing anyway. And then again, he's not stating that Dejanay is in jail in Mexico. He's stating that she's in jail in America. So that's nothing that Mexico can prove. So there would be no reason for anybody to call the Mexican jails there and look for Dejanay for what? She's not there. She was allegedly detained here. So why Mexico care about what he's talking about? Especially, again, if it's not true. If he lying, let him rant. Because if he was telling the truth, this would have been a problem. He would have been silenced. They haven't silenced him. He's still going around talking. But I do think that certain people have contacted him and been like, you need to leave it. I mean, especially people from like the police department and stuff like that. Because he said the police department stole $17,000 from Shanquella. And that is why this is being covered up. He has not spoke of it since. Why folk come? Why folk come? This is for justice. This is for justice. He didn't say the FBI arrested Dejanay. He said Interpol agents. Interpol doesn't have agents. Interpol doesn't have agents. And when you be afraid of them coming to get you next, because it's just like you leaking a lot of information. And to say that there are Interpol agents that came, I feel like he said that so that people couldn't find it. Because anything going on with Interpol, you're not necessarily figuring out. Interpol ain't got to tell you and won't tell you ish. Anything that's supposed to be public is public. If it ain't public, oh well. You ain't getting it. You're not getting it. That is not happening. That is not happening. Absolutely not. You ain't getting that. So I feel like he said Interpol agents so that we couldn't confirm it. Because with FBI, we could confirm certain things. Not everything, but certain things we could confirm. But we wouldn't be able to really confirm anything with Interpol. You're kind of wasting your time contacting them because they only talk to certain people. So, and most people really wouldn't have to contact Interpol. Again, it's more so criminal. If you're not involved in anything criminal, there's really nobody for them to send you to anyway. So, especially for that type of information. Hey, did you arrest somebody? No, we don't arrest. Like, did you send the agents to No. The country that is requesting the arrest is responsible for all of that. And in America, you just can't send somebody from your country, even if they do grant your extradition. You don't just get to come here and just take them, type of situation. It's confirmed prior, meaning that America will use their agents, their people, to go and seek them and bring them to the appropriate place. Not that they give Mexico the thumbs up and then they just send a bunch of people through the border to go and get them. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. America will collect the person type of situation. So again, there would be some breadcrumbs left behind if Dejanay was detained or none of that. No. That's why he said Interpol. He didn't even say FBI, but everybody want to say, oh, the FBI is going to tell you this. It's not the FBI, idiots. It's not the FBI. He said Interpol. He said Interpol agents. What we talk about the FBI for? Interpol and FBI are two different things. They're not the same thing. There's no Interpol department at the FBI, and there ain't no FBI at the Interpol. No, those are two completely different compartments and businesses established. They don't bump into each other, run into each other, nothing. Their most contact is probably via email. The most contact that they do have with the FBI is probably like via email. So yeah, and phone. So, but other than that, I mean, the FBI don't have any reason to be at the Interpol unless they picking up some paperwork. I don't, which could be emailed or faxed, but whatever. So here flip. But he said it was Interpol agents, and for the ones that forgot in the back, the ones in the blue suede suits, the ones that call themselves Lisa and have failed. Absolutely. Let's pull that up. He says right here on this lie. Let me pull this up, y'all. Boom. On November 28th, my fault, I said 30 earlier. November 28th, Dejanay Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents. And it's still up. No retraction. Interpol don't have agents. So who took her? Who took her? Because they don't have agents. You say agents meaning someone physically, like somebody physically from the Interpol. They sent literal physical humans, sumo wrestlers and wrestlers, WWE wrestlers, to go and get Muhammad I. Jackson. Okay? Is what you said. And that's not true because those people don't exist. So how people are stating that Dejanay would be with the FBI, no, she wouldn't. She would be with the Interpol agents. Remember, he's the one who told y'all that she was arrested. And he told you who arrested her. You don't get to just believe part of it. And then be like, oh, well, the FBI is super secretive. He didn't say nothing about the FBI arresting that damn girl. He said it was Interpol agents. So why are we talking about the FBI? I still don't get that. I still don't get how Blue Suede Suit and Lisa failed went live talking about Interpol. What? What is happening here? What is going on? Because clearly he's lying. But I mean, hey, to each his own. Everybody chase clout differently. So I'm just, who am I? He's an attorney, ex-attorney. Who am I to tell him, Clearly he's worked with Interpol agents before in divorce court. So, he's met those before. So who am I, Sean Davey, non-attorney at law, to tell him about, you're confused, let me unconfuse you. So the liar that's going around, the chalupa-shaped, burrito-shaped man, Geraldo, is going around lying in Spanish. He went around to multiple platforms and said that Dejanay Jackson was arrested. This was the breaking news, but everybody went live sharing this article from Metro Polymix from Geraldo, the same man that's going around interviewing. Hold on, I'm going to pull this short. So the same one going around interviewing person after person after person. And stating that, again, Dejanay, as you see in his article, he says that she is arrested. Okay. With Dejanay being arrested allegedly by him on November 28th, he stated that Dejanay was arrested by Interpol agents, which is highlighted right here, and Interpol agents do not exist. So in that case, people started to state, especially on YouTube, if you go around and look, that the FBI allegedly detained Dejanay, which is not true because the information that we got, again, was from Geraldo, and he stated that Interpol agents picked up Dejanay, not the FBI. So people are going around in their title upset with the FBI that they have not released any information, or don't feel that the reason the information has not been displayed publicly is because when the FBI arrests or detain people, there is no mugshot for it. The FBI just picks up people and they disappear. We don't ever hear from them again. I guess that's what happens. They just disappear. We don't ever hear from them again when they're wanted by another country during extradition. Absolutely. They just take you away and you're never heard from again. That's what we're getting from it. So a lot of people, again, went around and stated with this Geraldo person that Dejanay was arrested. They feel that his word is bond, and that Interpol agents, again, which he said in his article, arrested Dejanay. And that couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. So again, he's a liar. An liar is what he is. But for some reason, people feel that he's telling the truth, and he's not. He's only doing what any natural hustler would do. Is why would he want y'all sending him cash apps? Because again, the cash app idea was not his. It belonged to other people, allegedly. But why would I want something that's right now when I could have something in longevity? People viewing the site is money and longevity. That's going to keep happening because people are going to keep viewing it, literally putting him on the map type of situation. So he's going to make money off of that versus y'all just send him cash apps for one day. And that's only going to be so much. But with the website, that's a continuous income. That's a stable income. So that's why he, again, wanted his website to be the main site for everything going on Shanquella. That's just how I feel. In my opinion, I just feel like that's because people will say, well, why would he do this? Why would he do this? Why would he do this? People are saying that like he has nothing to gain from it. He's gaining a lot. He's just not going to tell you that because he wants you to think that it's because he cares, when he really doesn't. Because if he cared, he wouldn't lie. He's lied about everything. He's told the truth about nothing. I'm even side-eyeing the police report now. I want to see the physical police report because I haven't even seen that. It's more so just coming from him. So I want to see it because I don't even believe the police report now. I'm just like, well, what's going on? Because he is crooked. He is very so much crooked. So, because it's given that he watched certain information here in America about something that was going on in Mexico. It said that he was close to it and just jumped on it. Because he didn't get on it until after the autopsy. He had no interest in Shanquella before that. He had no interest. He didn't care at all. But he knew that he could get certain information being in Mexico before other people. And that police report would have been one of them. So, because that's what put him on the map, is that police report. That's what gave him any credibility at all. And that's not even giving him credibility. That's not even doing that. It's just stating that he got it. He had an exclusive, type of situation. It doesn't make him credible because it's the police report that's speaking, not him. There's no reason to trust him within that moment. Besides, is this police report real now? Me even thinking back on that, like, is this police report even real? Because you making up everything, as far as I'm concerned. Because he has stuck to none of the facts. None of the facts. Again, how he just told the audience that there was a second tape on one creator's platform and then leaves and goes to another creator's platform. Because things that where he was about to start getting called out for, he started to correct. Everybody was saying, if there's the second video, where is it? Who has it? Type of situation, right? So he knew that with him, because he said the reason that Dejan, the warrant came out is because of the second video. Geraldo, the lion chalupa, okay? He sat over there with sriracha sauce on the side of his mouth and said that the second video is the reason they put the warrant out for Dejanay's arrest. That in that video, that was the damning video that showed evidence of Shanquella passing away. That she seized on the video and all of that. He said that. So how do you go from that to him going live with Blue Suede Suit and telling Blue Suede Suit there is no second video? Well, how would that be true if you've already explained it? That doesn't make sense. You've explained the second video. So now all of that just goes away? No, you don't get to explain something as if it exists, and then you're taking away its existence entirely when you have already described said existence? No, you don't get to just take that away. It's not like he just said it's a second video, but he didn't see it. He described the second video. He didn't see it, but he said, his source did. And described the second video. Now it just, so every memory I just came over here and gave y'all aren't real. That video doesn't exist. It's just one video. And the video y'all seen is the video she perished from. And we supposed to just run with that. That it's just supposed to be just okay. No, that means you lied. Either you or your source. One of y'all. One of you motherfuckers is lying. So it's just because this ain't no game. And they treat it like it's a game. Like it's not. And because people are listening to this dude. Shout out to Carmen for the super. She said, tell us, Sean, we don't need fake news getting out there any more than it already has. No, I agree. And it's trash. It's trash. No, for real. He, in that interview that he did, he described the second tape. That is where my issue came in with him. That's when I'm like, he's a liar. Right then and there. I say he's a liar because as soon as he opened up his mouth and said that the second tape didn't exist, because I thought that he was going to just state what he had already stated, before and talk about, yeah, there is a second tape and this happened, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I was expecting him to say when he went on Blue Suede Suit. But when he went on Blue Suede Suit, he said, oh, no, there ain't no second tape. There's no second tape. And we are supposed to just, oh, okay, that's fine. No, you don't get to just sidestep from that like it's nothing. No, that's a big deal because that affects your credibility because you've proven nothing. You have nothing to say. So it's not like he's proven this so he can state that, look, well, this information wasn't necessarily accurate. There isn't a second tape. That information is coming from ... That would make sense to me because he's proven at least something. So we have a reason to cling on, to what he's saying, but there's no reason because there's no receipts of anything. It's just all words, and not even from him physically seeing it himself. It's all hearsay. Just a bunch of this person told me's, and we're supposed to just run with it. So if a person, again, is telling you something off of memory, which I don't feel that he has a source, I feel like he made it all up. Any reporter that has a source is not going to reveal it. We get that. But reporters also lie about sources to get information. They absolutely do. They do. We've gotten this information from a completely different source, but make you think that it's from somebody that's close to you or, somebody or something like that. So again, people lie. And he definitely did. Because once he put out that statement from the police department, once he put that out, he wanted more of it. He wanted more of that attention because he was getting attention. People were coming over to that website. But when he went onto YouTube, that changed everything, I feel. And he just got greedier and greedier and greedier. Like, okay, well, I've been on this person's platform and I've already had this many people visit my site already. So if I go on this one and this one and this one, then look how big the number is over here, and look how big the number is over here. He knows that and then a lot of people are paying attention to this topic. So they're being viewed a lot. So he just used the content creators. That's all he did. I feel like he used everybody that interviewed him. Everybody that interviewed him, he just because he don't care about what y'all think. This is America. He don't live here. He don't care about what y'all think. Oh, y'all think he a op. Y'all think he a liar. So he don't get paid off those things. He get paid off if y'all clicking this website. This is what he gets paid off of. So he don't care about how y'all feel about him. He absolutely does not. He does not care. Why would he? Again, he's not from here. He's not. He lives in Mexico, as far as I'm concerned. So he really has no reason to consider what any of y'all are thinking, because people are saying, again, why would he do it? He has nothing to lose. That site was dead. It didn't have any ads on it. Look at it now. It didn't have any ads on it and whatnot. Now he got all type of ads and all that. Look, now he got all type of ads and stuff. You know, that he's gained plenty of it. He ain't had none of that. He ain't had none of that. He ain't had none of that before YouTubers. He ain't had none of that. He had none of this. Site was real dry. Real dry. He's been updating it each day. Each day he's been updating this website because more people are coming. So because the site is more so of a dingy site. You know, it's not like professionally done. It's gross. It's gross. So he's definitely, you know, been changing it up, doing little tweaks, you know, and stuff to it as time progresses. So yeah, he's a liar, and he's made a lot of money off these people. And the cash apps and stuff, that was bonus Jonas. That's why he's really done nothing with that YouTube channel, because he doesn't care for that. What he cares about is that site. That is what he cares about. He don't care nothing about no YouTube, nothing about none of that. None of that. Metro Poly Mix is what he cares about. And again, it got a lot of attention. Why do y'all think he put this story here first? Even the second story about Dejanay, trying to double down on the fact, although he lied and said he didn't know where the girl was arrested from, none of that stuff. But then he come over here talking about he was in Connecticut and, you know, all of this. But yeah, that's why he places all of these things on here first. The latest news from Dejanay Jackson. He places all of these things here so that this is the source. So when we go on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that, we're using him as a source. So many people are seeing him. He's being viewed everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, he's being mentioned. These articles are being shared everywhere, you know, and whatnot. So with him going on these YouTube platforms, it's just to make the audience broader and broader to his website. That's all that is. This all belongs to him. This is his. So he gets paid off this. Nobody else, just him. And with people viewing it, again, we may not look at no different than viewing a YouTuber. You don't see how much money the majority of them make, but they make a lot of money. A lot of money, and it's just off of a view, each person that is viewing. So it's the same thing with website. Just use people. That's all. And instead of people fact checking, because if they would have fact checked, they would have known that this is what he was doing, instead of being thirsty, trying to be seen. Again, this had nothing to do with Shanquella. Nobody interviewing Geraldo interviewed Geraldo for Shanquella and to get closer to the truth. How, when you're talking to a liar? Hurry up. How are you getting closer to the truth talking to a liar? This is for clout. This is to be seen. This is look at me, look at me, look at me. I got something you don't got. You know, type of situation. What you got is a liar. That's all you got, player. I'm not missing out on anything. That's why I say y'all go right ahead and interview away. Interview away. I'll sit over here and deal with the facts. Interview away. Because, yeah, I don't want anything. So the thirst is very real, Sammy. Very real. Very real. Shout out to Tamika for the super sticker. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, the thirst is very so much real, because that's all that's going on. He's just making things worse with this case. He's not helping in any way, shape, or form. If Geraldo was helping, can anybody write in the chat so I can put y'all comments on the screen? Can anybody write in the chat how Geraldo has helped this case in any way? In any way that anybody can think of. I really want y'all to think about it before y'all type. But has Geraldo helped this case in any way? Has any site, any government, whether Mexican authority or American authority, come forward and thanked Geraldo for helping them further their investigation, for helping them get closer to the truth? How are you? He's not helped nobody. He's not helping Shanquella. He's made things worse. He's not helping Mexico. He's making Mexico look worse and worse and worse. He absolutely is. And Mexico they dealing with enough with all of these unexplained deaths. They're dealing with enough. They're dealing with enough. Like, and he is adding insult to injury, pouring salt on an open wound. Is what he's done. He's done nothing to help. So any YouTuber or anybody, TikTok or anybody that's going around interviewing him, what have they done to help if he's not? What are you doing to help if you're bringing a liar onto your platform? Where's the help in that? Because again, nobody besides YouTubers of him coming to speak on that platform has said thank you. The Robinson family has not thanked him for anything. Nobody. Nobody that matters. Nobody that matters. Name somebody in the Robinson family that said thank you, Geraldo. Who? Bernard don't know him. Salamandra don't know him. And neither does Quilla. She doesn't know him either. They don't know him. But all these YouTubers are very formal with him, though. Mighty weird. Mighty weird. So, yeah, he has done nothing to help. Nothing. At all. But that's just how I feel about it. He's done nothing to help the situation. It's just made it worse. He came out of nowhere. I don't feel like he came out of nowhere. That's what clout chasers do. Clout chasers usually just come out the abyss. You just look up and there they are. You just look up and there they are. As soon as that autopsy came out, he jumped on that police report. He jumped on it. He absolutely did, to involve, because there was no reason to connect him. It's like, who is he? He has no involvement. You went from a reporter to an investigator. It's like, which one is it, buddy? Like, what? It's like, are you a reporter or an investigator? Shout out to Collect Personality. Said, BP, this is your black and brown coalition. They coming for you. Keep trusting. Silly. I have no idea what none of that means. But shout out to you for the super sticker. Blue Man Group. Ooh, not Blue Man Group. I don't understand your problem now with another person who speaks on the case of Shanquella. Like, you are the only one who has expertise on this case. Stop being so negative. You are rude. That literally makes no sense. That makes no sense. I'm talking about YouTubers that have interviewed Geraldo, especially with any truth coming from him. There's no truth. What does this have to do with YouTubers talking just in general about the case? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. That literally makes no sense. If these people aren't interviewing Geraldo, where's the issue? Like, there's no issue. Like, you're weird. The only reason this hoopla is going out about Geraldo is because YouTubers, they don't realize their impact. The news and whatnot are even considering his stories as false and telling people that make sure that y'all are fact checking. This is how misinformation gets spread around because of YouTubers interviewing this motherfucker. Whenever you get done, that's who I'm talking to. Because even the news did not report Dejanay being arrested. They were stating it because he did. And he's stating it because people like us giving him a stage to say that ish on. We don't realize our impact and how important we are and how big our voices are and how much we roar as content creators. So instead of spreading false information about an ongoing investigation about a black girl that is getting an international justice right now, let's not ruin that with a bunch of false information. It's what I'm annoyed with. It's what I'm mad at in the YouTubers that I have a problem with. Anybody that's covering Shanquella has the right to do so. I'm not the Shanquella police. I'm not the headquarters for this case. I've not interviewed any of her family members. None of that. Y'all are weird. Y'all are mad weird. But y'all go to the same people that's using and exploiting those people's channels and watch them interview them and say nothing. And say nothing at all. But since I don't agree with what basic bitches is running around here doing, it's a problem. It's not, sweetie. I ain't never been no hater. Everybody has the right to speak on Shanquella. You absolutely do, but you don't have the right to lie and exaggerate information to be viewed, especially when people are paying attention to what you are saying. It's not right to do. With me and my bigger artists, it's not right for me to come on here and spread lies. That's not okay. When I could just come forward and express what is true in my opinion and walk away. It's that simple. That's what I do. And other people should be doing the same thing instead of trying to build and collect money and clout off this girl's name by exploiting her and her family. That's not what Sean is doing. So I'm not the Shanquella police. I don't know where you fell and bumped your head, but get up and start your day over again. That's hair flip. Like y'all are weird. Mad weird. Like, ugh. Girl, I have a problem with anybody that interviewed Geraldo. What don't you get about that? Did you interview him? Oh, no. Then you should be the quietest person here. The quietest person here. The only person whose fingers is not moving on the keyboard should be you. Shout out to All My Days. Look up grifter in the dictionary. Geraldo picture shows up. I cannot. Thanks for your fact-based coverage of this sad case. YouTuber and clout chasing sub numbers have grown exponentially of poor young women. It's disgusting. I cannot agree more. Like I said, I don't have a problem with anybody talking about Shanquella. I came forward and talked about no issue about nobody that has just simply talked about Shanquella. I simply have an issue with the people that are lying and exploiting her and her family. That's it. Lying on stories just for clout and to be paid attention to, just to cause more chaos and confusion. That's why nobody knows what's going on in this case. Nobody can say, because it's just too much going on from a bunch of people that did not know that woman. These people talking about on Shanquella like they went to school with her, like they broke bread with her, like they worked for her, or she worked for them. Like, y'all didn't know that woman. Shout out to Deborah. Y'all didn't know that woman. But they want to come forward and act like they got all of these facts based on this girl's case, and the family don't know nothing. The family's still in an uproar. The family's still sitting over there answerless. But all of these bitches running around YouTube with all of the answers. They know people been arrested, all of that, but the family don't. And that's just supposed to be okay. That's fine. Although this woman is sitting here frustrated, Salamandra, frustrated with the FBI about an arrest not being made, but y'all running around YouTube talking about there was one, then why doesn't she know? Geraldo cares so much about Shanquella's family. Why don't they know anything from you? Why have they never spoke to you? Hurry up. Hurry up. I find that weird. I find that weird, but y'all find ways of getting in contact with these family members to interview them, but none of y'all find the time to get in touch with these family members to update them. Like, y'all not updating them on anything that y'all knowing, hearing in the streets, nothing. But y'all find the time to try to get them on the line to hear, so we can hear them weep. So we can hear them cry and get emotional and all of that about this girl that they still grieving. And they can't grieve because what's done to her can't be put to bed because of all of this chaos and confusion. People in blue suede suits and Lisa Failings is running around here leading a campaign about a bunch of lies, nothing that has been proven. Again, I find that weird. And then you got content creators that's running around saying, oh, the FBI is not open with their information like that. If there's a mugshot, you're not going to see it in this and this and this and that. Why are we talking about the FBI when y'all basing our information off of him again? And he said that Interpol agents arrested her. Why y'all talking about what the FBI do and what mugshots the FBI show? Interpol don't arrest, but he said they do. So maybe Interpol should show mugshots. Maybe Interpol do mugshots too. Hurry up. Like y'all tried it. This case is so secret, yet Geraldo knows everything. It's so secret that no outlet knows nothing. Not a Tim, snitching Lion Z, none of them. Don't nobody know what's going on in this case, but Geraldo does. He does. But no other media platform, as powerful as these media platforms are out here in these streets, they know nothing. They have no update. They have no leak. But Geraldo knows everything. Although he hasn't told one consistent story. One consistent story about what happened to that girl. Not one. But leave it to Geraldo. Y'all don't know fear. Geraldo got a leak that's going to tell y'all everything you need to hear. Don't worry. He got you. Don't worry about it. Because he got a leak. Okay. I just find that weird. And he cares so much about this girl, but ain't spoke to her family once. Ain't spoke to her family once. There's no way I would have a direct leak of what's going on with this family's loved one, and I not get in contact with them, even if I don't speak their language. If people can find interpreters to interview, you can find an interpreter to give information. You absolutely can. Geraldo has never tried to get in contact with his family, not once. Because he don't care. It's not about them. That's being genuine. It's not about them. Bernard does not speak of Geraldo. Salamandra does not speak of Geraldo. They don't speak of him. Because he does not talk to them. He does not contact them. But he cares. You got a funny way of showing it. That doesn't make any sense. You care about this girl so much that I'm not going to include her family in any of the information that I find. Salamandra and Bernard have interviewed multiple times with multiple people, from big people to small people. Not one time do they talk about Geraldo. They don't bring him up. They don't say his name. So people are going to question Lil Coley, their ex-boyfriend, and be like, well, Salamandra, they never say your name. Well, it's the same thing with Geraldo. They never say his name either. They don't do that. So how important is this to him if he won't even contact the family? But he's sincere. That's bull. And there's no excuse. So it doesn't matter even if somebody asked him the question, because like I said, I would ask the person the real questions. Why haven't you reached out to the family? There's no excuse. There's no way in the world, if you are the investigator now of this case, which you're not law enforcement at all, you're already making up agents, Interpol, and all of this. I mean, you're already just fabricating and making things, but whatever. The lead investigator in this case, you're going to be in some contact with the family in some way, shape, or form. He's made no contact, nor has he tried to. And that's why I said with Gerald Jackson of the NC Beat, which I kind of find weird, because it's like, well, you have a connection to Salamandra and Bernard. So if this man allegedly has this information about this family, why wouldn't you make sure that they're all, you know, at some point, I mean, in connection? You know, as I said, it's a little weird because I don't know, that just doesn't make sense to me. For Geraldo to be so close to this case, yet has not spoke to Bernard at all, but has spoke to umpteen YouTubers with translators. So that's not even an excuse that he didn't contact Bernard because of not speaking English, you know, or y'all got plenty of translators. That shouldn't be a problem. That's the last thing that you should be worried about. He's spoken to plenty of content creators that fluently speak Spanish, and none of them have stated that he has tried to get them to help him reach out to the family. And I've spoke to multiple content creators, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I've spoken to multiple content creators that have talked to Geraldo, and none of them have stated to me that they even said anything about Shanquella's family. None of them have stated anything about, well, I asked him why he didn't reach out to the family. I asked him why the family doesn't know. None of them. I don't get that. I'm just like, well, why doesn't anybody want the family to know this information? Like, they should know, even if it's not true. They should know to watch out for that too. So if any other information comes up, and if it's coming from this person, they know pretty much not to believe it. Wait for a valid source. He is not that. So hearing of someone and knowing them are two different things. This family don't know this man. They have no idea. They have no idea. So he clearly does not care. This was all clout. Because even him getting involved, that reason still doesn't even make any sense. It's just, this case is different. How? What? Were you attracted to her or something like that? Like, I'm confused. Like, why is this, like, why does this have your interest? And then him being extremely close to it. All of these outlets in Mexico that have publication, and you're the only one that was following the story in that nature. He was the only one. Nobody else has any information that he's displaying. Nobody. So if he got connections in Mexico, why wouldn't bigger platforms in Mexico have connections too? So if you have a leak, others do too. I mean, but their leak ain't telling them nothing like your leak telling you, because you lying. You the leak. It's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah, they promoted his Cash App. I definitely saw that. Yeah. And he made it seem as if he didn't want any Cash App support. Again, he wasn't doing it for free. This is what he wanted. This website to blow. He wanted this website to pop. That's what he wanted. And he got it. He absolutely did. He did. It's been viewed a lot, probably millions of times since this all imploded. I'm sure this site, Metropolala, has been viewed millions of times. I was thinking like maybe hundreds of thousands, but then looking at all of the different sources that were sharing his stories and sharing his information, he's probably got millions of views. I mean, of clicks to this website. Millions. Because if he was on YouTube and he was doing all of this from his YouTube, then he would have millions of views already. He absolutely would. He would have millions of views. He would. Him being the source of this alleged information of what happened, instead of doing it on other people's platforms, if you collect all of their views and put them all together, millions of views, over millions of views if you collect them. So if he would have did it on his own platform, he'd be sitting pretty on YouTube right now. He'd be doing just fine. So, but it's all going to the website. So, shout out to him. Yes, and he can sell his domain. He definitely could. And that could be a reason why, too. Because who was I talking about? I think it's my spouse. And he was saying that too. It's just like, well, he could sell that domain if he wanted. And it could be belong to somebody else. But if he shows that that site is getting a lot of traction, and that, millions of people have been going over there, and whatnot, this will be a hot time to sell for him. He'd be smart, to sell it if he's not, planning on continuing. Because some people just, continue because you can make a decent amount of money off of it. You could, but you could also sell it and make a decent amount of money off of it too. But we'll see, because he could have did it for that lick, get all this attention to go to this site, and then once he gets the site lit, sell it. And then that's what I'm saying. Like, why would he care about how anybody feels about it if he doesn't live in America, so he don't care. He works for the cartel. He was doing some damage control, so Americans can start traveling to Mexico. But that's not damage control, though, because people are more afraid not to go to Mexico than ever. Honestly. I think people are very so much turned off with going to Mexico at the moment. I mean, it happens, and then that energy goes away, and then the tourists come back. But when you have stories like this, and then you got the Mexico City 3, and stuff like that, it's just like, this is not damage control. Because even with him blaming, other parties, we don't know who was actually involved. We don't know. We still have no idea. If it was just the doctor, or if it was Cabo Villas, or if it was the paramedics, if it was the police. Because according to Geraldo, all of those people are guilty. Salud. All those people are guilty. He said that the police stole 17,000. I'm gonna keep saying that because he said it. That the police stole $17,000 from Shanquella. He said that, and then that just completely went away. That's why I said somebody must have gotten his ear and been like, "Look, you say anything else like that about 17,000, about anything but the police and crooked, we own you. But we're gonna come holler at you. Is what we gonna come do." Is what it's giving, type of situation. Because he completely changed his energy. He backpedaled a lot. He was coming for, oh, there's a second video, and this happened in the video, and they took $17,000 from her, and the police, that's why they covered it up, and that's why they let them fly back, because she really didn't pass away. At night, she passed away in the morning. Bro, yeah, she passed in the morning. Yeah, that's what happened to her. And then there's the video. There's only 3 people in there. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. There's only 3 people in there instead of there being 5. He's just lying. I'm just like, hey, none of this has been proven. None of it. But people run around like it's the gospel truth. All of you look like idiots. All of you look like idiots. When they could have been like the other people that are just doing reports, that people are just giving commentary, showing people what they see, what they're finding out as they go along. That's it. Because that's all you can do, at this point. Because if so, where's their other explosive stories about Shanquella? They've been pretty quiet. Where are y'all explosive stories? Are you guys done now? Or what? Is that it? Now that y'all got caught up? Y'all only source is a liar? We done now? Or how's this going? How does this work? But a lot of them have been on the hush hush, and they should shut up. They absolutely should. Let's get into this fake. Well, I feel like it's fake. Let's pull this up. Let's go to the latest. So there is this charlatan right here. Boom. Now, people are saying that this is Elise Hyatt. Somebody messaged her and said, what happened to Shanquella? Y'all plan to murder her. Why don't you talk to explain what happened? And then the burner account says, because why talk to dumb people like you that think somebody planned to murder her? No throw around y'all conspiracy. Now throw around. No throw. That's what she said. No throw around y'all conspiracy theories. I'm fine with that. The person replied and said, the people have a right to know what happened. The person says, okay, your opinion. And then she says, you've blocked, and then it says, you've blocked this account. And then it says, go play with someone else. Y'all clearly got me effed up. Okay, so this is allegedly Alyssa, y'all. Elise. They're saying that this is a burner account. So y'all know me. I went over there to look. Boom, here it go. Now it has 0 posts. It's privated. It got 970 followers. It's only following 2. So they saying that this is Elise. They saying this is her, y'all. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, it's fake. Because why would she use the same picture that's going around her viral? Like, why would she use that picture? I'm sure she's taken a picture since then. Like, why wouldn't she take an updated one? Or, That's why I think it's fake. Because why would you use the same picture that everybody's using to identify you? Why not just post something new? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's where it first lost me because I'm just like, well, why would she use that photo? Um, I don't believe it's her, but what do y'all think? People hard headed. I agree. I don't say it's giving fraud. I don't think it's real either. I like her bio says dangerous girl. I say dangerous girl doing where? Up there says everyone keep your grass cut low. Justice for Shanquella Robinson is what it says, and that's another thing. It's like why would she be saying justice for Shanquella Robinson when she's being accused of one of the people that? Wait, did her bio say stay dangerous? It does it where? I just feel like this is a troll. I don't feel like this is real. I feel like it's fake. I don't think it's real. And then it's the justice for Shanquella for me, but I mean Nazir has it on his social media, so and he's one of the accused as well. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, I don't know, but Nazir does use a different photo. He does not use the viral photo that goes around of him, the one that certain people posted and watermarked. It's not that photo. It's a photo that he chose. So that's what made me think that, like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is him. And then it came out to be it was because he went live from it. So I'm like, oh, okay, that is him. Customs can verify how much money, if anyone, or if any, she took into Mexico. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing stated that Customs stated that Shanquella brought a lot of money, like 20, 30,000, not over that, 50,000, like none of that has come up. So as I'm concerned, she took enough to not have to declare. But he swears up and down, that $17,000 was stolen from her by local police. That is what Geraldo said. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. People have turned this very serious situation into a game. What's with all the fake pages and lies? It was the fake pages of Salamandra for me, and the fake pages of Bernard. I'm just like, whoa! Like you people have a lot of nerve to sit here and pretend like y'all are these people. And it was just the ones that I was seeing, not like me writing to one, but because I'm not gonna write to something unless I know it's real. So if I know it's the person and I want to send them a direct message, then I'm going to do that. But if I don't feel like it's real, I'm not. Yeah. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this is not her. I think it is a troll. Why would she bring $17,000 on a vacation trip with her though? I don't know. Stranger things have happened. I don't know. Some people like why rappers do stupid stuff like that because they do. They do. They go to vacations and stuff like that, and they try to bring $100,000 with them. It's like why? Like why? Because rappers and people that have abundance of money, some of them do. Some of them do take that amount with them. Yeah. So yeah, some of them do, but I think that we would have known. Even her family stated if anything was stolen from her, that they were not aware of anything being stolen. So it wasn't cash. They took her credit cards and withdrew cash. Again, her family, her mother, her father have stated if anything was stolen, they don't know. They are not aware of anything being stolen. No, they came because when I travel, I put some in my purse, carry on, and the suitcase, and they don't know. Maybe it was $17,000. Well, Geraldo is the one that got to prove it because he's the one who stated it. He said that his source told him that she has 17 grand on her, which I don't believe, and let me tell y'all why. If you are traveling on international flight and have more than $10,000 in your possession, you must disclose the amount to the U.S. currency in your possession. Agree to a certain extent because certain countries are different. It's up to because some countries are different. But yes, so I don't believe Shanquella has $17,000 on her because Khalil asked her mother for $5,000. While they were there, Khalil called Salamandra and asked Salamandra for $5,000. So if Shanquella has 17 grand on her, or if they could get the $5,000 off of her credit cards, then why would they ask the mother for 5 grand? If they could get it on their own, if they could get it, off of Shanquella's cards and whatnot. It's like, well, why would he ask the mother for any money if they can get it? It was reported that Nazir had a court date on 12/1 for $50 speeding ticket violation of Gaston County, and his attorney appeared on his behalf. Interesting. Interesting. Go back to the video when she was looking for them. Dej is hiding something from her, and she moves over to the bed and table. Interesting. Me too. I feel really bad for her as well. I do. Sean, how do us, the people who really care about this case, why has it turned into a circus story when the family is really hurting? I think it's turned into a circus because when topics become viral, I feel like a lot of people want to eat off of it, right? So what's important is who you know and what you know versus to what's true. So the quicker people can jump on the bandwagon by grabbing anything that's affiliated with this story, they're willing to express it and state it because it's going to get a different, crowd. It's going to get a different amount of people over there because again, it's all for a click in the views. So we, the people, have turned this into a circus. Everyone involved has turned it into a circus. Like I said, a week or two ago, I feel like everybody that was talking about it really wanted to see some form of justice, especially since we got new information. But people caring more about being viewed is how I feel, because that's why the information is being just exaggerated and completely removed from the subject at hand. So it's like it's turned into the people talking about it versus whom is being discussed. So it's leaving Shanquella's name and drifting on to other people. And that's the problem. Even with Dejanay, it's like if she's in jail, she's in jail. But she's clearly not. So instead of talking about Dejanay, why can't we get to talking back about whatever is the next step and how we can get what other steps go with the extradition process? And if there's anything, as a community that we can do to speed this process up, finding out that there's nothing we can do besides, I guess, harass the FBI. I guess that's the only thing we can do is harass them. Finding out that we're at a standstill, a lot of people are getting very antsy. So they're willing to talk about anything. Shout out to Deanna for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie, for the super sticker. So people are just willing to just talk about anything. That's how I feel. They'll talk about any and everything just so they can draw attention because the conversation is about to be at a standstill. It's going to be at a pause. And instead of people moving on with their content, they'll take anything. They're just, whatever you got on it, give it to me and I'll talk about it. And I feel like a lot of YouTubers are like that. A lot of them, just because there's some that interview certain people that probably they shouldn't have. And then you have people that are just any information they see, it don't matter what the title say on the video, they'll just share it. They'll go live or upload a video talking about it. So there's so much misinformation, and it's because of all of us, honestly. That's why I kind of took a step back, so I can like, let me go back to the drawing board and really see like what has updated that wasn't a fact and that is now a fact, because we still don't know what happened. No. Nobody knows what happened. Okay, people can insinuate, they can guess, but again, no one knows. No one. No one. No one has spoke on this publicly since Nazir. And Nazir is the only one I feel spoke, because a lot of that stuff that went down, he wasn't there for. He wasn't there, and I do believe he was lied to a certain extent, but he knew enough. He knew enough. He definitely lied himself about certain things to protect him. They're also worried about protecting themselves to where the truth is so far gone. It's so far gone because everybody's me. So yeah, shout out to Shinosha for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. I mean, it could. I hope not, but it could. It absolutely could. It absolutely could. And the FBI has nothing to do with extraditing her. There's levels to this. What was it, like the secretaries, something like that, the treasurer or something? I don't know, but there's levels to this. There's orders that have to be signed and whatnot, and with them being signed, it takes some big people to make this happen, like White House type of situation. Like the White House will be involved with this when it gets there, when it gets to that step. So not Biden, but damn near. Not him, but then from my read, I believe it's a woman. I forgot her name. I believe it's a woman. But this goes to the White House. I was like, wow, they go that far. It goes to the White House. So this is deep. Okay? And the FBI ain't got nothing to do with that. So the FBI won't be making a movement. There are a lot of steps behind before it even gets to the FBI doing anything. So from what I read on the extradition, it ain't up to no FBI. Okay? Big courts will be involved with this. Okay? So that's why this is big. This is big. Maybe we'll do a live and I can break that down and show y'all. But there will take some big figures to get involved, and we'll get involved. They will. Will America think that it's worth it, though, is my question. Because when this makes it, which it will, once it makes it to the White House, will they think that this is enough? Will they be like, okay, yeah, let's do it? Because it could get all the way to the White House, and they'd be like, yeah, nah. We don't want to do this. No, this isn't dire enough for us to do this. It could get there. They could change their mind. It could get all the way there, and they say no. So that's why I think it's so important that we keep a lot of attention on this, as much attention as we can, so that they could feel that it's important enough too. Because if we roar and keep talking and keep this situation a very heavy topic to where it is constantly being reported on, and that's why I'm glad like people like Nancy Grace and people like her have stated things about this case, because it opens up different conversations in different rooms and whatnot. She's sat with a lot of people from Congress, senators, and all type of stuff like that. So when she's being invited places, she's being invited to different places. So different people listen to her. That very person in the White House that is going to have to sign that piece of paper could have been listening to Nancy Grace tonight, because they listen to her. They absolutely do. So yeah, it's a process. From what I was reading last night, I was like, wow. So it takes a lot to get someone extradited. Like this is, I mean, to another country. This is no small feat, you know. And then again, it's all in. Is America gonna feel like this is worth it? Are they gonna feel like, okay, we've been following this case, it's nationwide, everybody's talking about it. We got to get this girl justice. Let's do it. Let's extradite. Or will they get it there and just be like, this ain't gonna be worth our time, or effort? Or will America can prosecute as long as Mexico doesn't. So, I mean, because you can't be prosecuted at the same time by both people. So I wonder how that would work. If Mexico didn't want to finish the process because it's super expensive. It's not cheap. Mexico is going to pay a pretty coin to get Dejanay back over there because they're responsible. So Mexico is going to pay a Q coin to get her back over there. And then they'd also have to pay a Q coin to get the other 5 people over there too. None of this is cheap. Like it's not cheap to do any of this type of situation. So I really hope that we can get this done. I do. That's why I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep putting energy behind it because I get it that it can be a longer process, but maybe with us, being so, vigilant and staying on top of it, that maybe some things can be sped up. Some things that would normally idle don't idle. As soon as certain people get paperwork, they turn it in. Then they get then they turn it in. Then they turn it. Then they communicate with the right people. Hopefully, they don't procrastinate. Because the family is already feeling that way, that they're procrastinating. Let's get into this real quick before we get out of here. What the FBI said. Where is it? Right here. Let's get into what the FBI said. So, where is it? I know the FBI statement is. We can't give time. Right here. So Shelley Lynch, she works for the FBI in North Carolina. She stated this. She says, we can't give a timeline for ongoing cases, but this case is complicated because there are officials from another country involved. Spokesperson Shelley Lynch said, okay. So agreed. This is a difficult case. It's not simple. From what I've seen, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a lot involved in this. But again, you can't blame the FBI. Not right. This again, it didn't happen in America. So what y'all mad at the American FBI for? Like their hands are tied. It's not much that they can do. What they need is Mexico at this point. Mexico needs to send a solid case over here. So when this goes to extradition court, because it will, when it goes to extradition court, without a reasonable doubt, Mexico needs to have this case solved. And then I believe that after the necessary people get said information and then get it to the White House, they'll sign that piece of paper. They'll sign that piece of paper and be like, okay, do it. Because that's where we are. Has nothing to do with the FBI at this point. From what I'm gathering, the FBI, it's not much to, it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game. And they're waiting on Mexico. Because Mexico has not stated anything about sending a full extradition report. They have not said anything about that. None of that has been stated. America has not, which I feel like America really ain't gonna say nothing anyway. Mexico may say something before America. But they have not sent the full report, honestly, because other steps will be being taken. So yeah, we'll see. This is we may be in for a long run, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Well, I have to get out of here, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all again for all of the super stickers and all of the super chats. Thank y'all for joining me. Again, Justice for Shanquella. We will be live tomorrow, but I am dropping 2 videos, so I'm gonna do that first. So if I have time, I'll go live tomorrow. But if not, I will be dropping these 2 videos, so y'all will at least get that. So I love y'all. I really do. And again, thank you for being here. Justice for Shanquella. Shout out to the Robinson family. Just, it's getting sad. I just hope the case doesn't go cold. I really don't want it to go cold. I want it to stay strong and feel, a lot of momentum, behind it like it's been. But I don't know, things may slow down. It looks like things are getting to that point. So yeah, y'all just keep your eyes open. If y'all see any information that I need to see, again, send it to Shine Everywhere Show at IG. Until then, justice for Shanquella Robinson. I gotta get out of here, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Flex.